Hello everybody, this is Kevin with Inspiring How You See That. We're the inspirational channel that goes behind the scenes, interviews some of your favorite artists, entertainers, and much more. And we do inspirational stories, and we do these Tech Tuesdays. So we're at the conclusion of Trace, the basics of getting your new camera system set up, trying to help you out. Just wanted to cover some key tips and you know, within the camera that really Trace, I mean, you can go through and you can read all through their website. But there isn't really any videos out there, as we indicated on our first video, and that's why we're doing these videos. So now that your game is all fully recorded and done, the game, let's say the game is done now. So now once your game is done, on your phone, on the app, you can go through and you hit stop recording or stop game. Usually it'll do it on its own if you have a timed, but it's good to just basically, if it's done, stop recording. And the key reason, there's two key reasons why you want to do that, is because one, you don't want to waste memory. These don't have a lot of memory, and I'm hoping Trace, you know, gets in their systems where you can actually insert a larger, I mean, yeah, you can get up to 3 videos, but we'll talk about that in a second. But hopefully they'll, you know, get a larger memory card access that you can actually put into the system. So once you've hit stop recording, it'll ask you on your app the outcome of the game. So then you'll of course put the you know, if it's 4-2, you get 4-2, and then it'll ask you the jersey colors. So you'll want to put, you know, if it's red or gray, you'll put that in there, and then you'll hit end game. So now it is done. End game, it's done. It'll show it on your phone that the game recording's there, and it'll also be on your Trace itself. So that's the good thing. So it's already all there, ready to go. You can see it. It is done. So you'll then lower all your pull, the system, everything, breakdown, just like setting it up. Just go the opposite direction. Make sure you do turn it off. Push the off button and shut it off. Now in the next picture here, this is when you're back at home. Or at an office, or where you can actually plug directly into Wi-Fi. As we had talked, you cannot plug this into a hotel Wi-Fi because it will, a lot of times Trace does block it, or it won't download to the server fully. And these do take a long time to actually download. So, I mean, you could take up to 4 to 6 hours to download a game, depending upon how quick the internet connection is. You know, I think the quickest maybe we've had one download is maybe 3 hours. Some of that lasted a lot longer. I guess it's the timing of the game. If it's 45s or if it's 30s or 35s, it will take some time to do. So, as you see here in this picture, make sure you have it not only plugged into the power, but you have the internet full plugged in. Give it some time. It will sit there and it'll blink and blink and blink and blink until it finally picks up, and then you'll see the symbol once the Wi-Fi, or once the internet connection's all picked up, you'll see the area where it shows that the Wi-Fi is in green fully and it is now downloading. So when it is downloading, it will show you on your phone. You can go through on your phone, on your app, which I can't really show you here because we're not downloading one. But it'll show on there that it is downloading, and it does take some time. You'll see it moving. There'll be a bar that it'll show on your app, on your Trace app, that it is downloading and it is going onto the server for Trace. So once that's you know, loading on there, just let it sit. Let this sit if you have to all night. Make sure it's in a room where you're not, because sometimes the Trace system does talk to you and it is very loud. That's one thing you can go through and, you know, turn that down, but just to let you know. And then everything does light up. I mean, all these lights light up, so it is very bright. So just plug it into an area where it can, you know, make sure that it's not disturbed, and then everything downloads properly. So if your internet connection does drop and you lose the connectivity and it doesn't download, you can re-upload it. So that's the good thing. Now, where I didn't realize, and it doesn't tell you anywhere, and I couldn't find it anywhere, here's one thing not to worry about. Once your video is downloaded online, it is on the trace system, and it does delete from the box, or the trace head, I would say. So it does delete. So then you can record more games. And if you go through, it's always good to mess through with your app, because it'll tell you the devices, and if you go through, it'll tell you how much memory's on it, how much battery's on it. Once you have, of course, scanned that QR code, it'll tell you what is basically on the device itself, the trace camera. So that way, if a video didn't get downloaded or it's still on there. So that's the one thing with trace, is if you're doing 45 minutes and you were wanting to record the get 4 recordings on there with a tournament, you got to do it very quickly. You should be able to squeeze 4 on there, but hopefully, as I had said, I'm hoping they come up with, maybe a way to put in a larger card so you can actually get more recording on the device. I think they probably do that for a purpose, so people aren't taking in and out cards and then putting it on their own computer and then download it on their own computer, because you do have to pay that monthly fee to get the videos yourself. So that could be why, I don't know. But once your video is downloaded, as I said, your video does delete. So it does make it hard if you're at a hotel and you have a tournament and several games. Maybe you can find a internet connection you can direct hook into that doesn't have any blocking, such as the hotels do, because of course you have to sign underneath guest and all that other stuff. You need their main internet connection. So if you have a family or friend, you can just go plug it in. You can do that from anywhere as long as they have good internet connection and there's no blockers on it. So that way your video will download and you'll have the video, and then you'll be ready for the next day or the next, 2, 3, 4 games. So that way you don't have to worry about whether your camera's just going to quit up there because it doesn't have enough memory. So that would kind of be terrible to have the last match of a game and only get a half hour of it or 45 minutes of it and miss all the key segments of the game. So this is kind of more or less the conclusion of, the tray, setting up, video recording, getting all that set and ready, so that way you can watch the video. So this kind of concludes the basic side of getting everything all set up. So the next ones will not be in segments. They'll just be talking about the trace system after you've recorded a video, some of the key features of trace, some of the things that you can do, and some of the videos and how to edit, and some of those other topics. So if there's something out there that you guys are stuck on, or you're trying to mess with the trace system and you want some more input, just send us something in the comments, or send it to us direct email, and then we'll make a short video that pretty much relates to what you're talking about. So that way we don't have, hour long videos just talking about several segments into one. So we'll see you on the next video.